Hi guys, and today's second review. Exactly, this is day after day, and today we'll talk about the Realme 8 5G and what I think about that phone and why I talk about this phone. So you can see it was released this year in April, so it's pretty new phone with a 5G technology, and the first good thing is the 5G. Because now it's not a good idea to buy any phone with only 4G, because the 5G is really coming, and if you want to change a phone, buy a new phone, only buy phones with 5G. The next thing what we have here, we have a dual SIM, so we can put two nano SIM cards, but we can also put SD card, and it's not like with a Xiaomi Mi 10T, there is a combo slot, that combo hybrid slot, that you can put two SIM cards or one SIM card and SD card. Here is a little different. You have three slots, two slots for SIM cards and one slot for SD card, so you can put together. A pretty nice chipset, processor, really fast. That's a really great device. But first I'd like to talk about all different things. Next, you can see that there are two versions of that phone, similar to Mi 10T Lite. That's 64 GB version and 128 GB version, and that version with 64 GB have 4 GB of RAM, and that with 128 you can choose between 4, 6 and 8, so you need to be really careful. Then the camera, pretty nice, similar camera to that from Mi 10T Lite. Then you see we have a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything which is common. Really important thing that we have NFC, which is not common in Realme. That's the first really good Realme phone with NFC, so it's a really great idea. You have, of course, USB Type-C, fast charging, but only 18 watts. In Mi 10T you have 33, but it's really great, and you have fingerprint scanner, which is also really nice for fast unlocking. And I've decided that I want to take that phone because, as you know, I had the Mi 11 as a Xiaomi Mi 11 as a main phone, and Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite 5G as a second phone for a drone. Mi 11 stopped working, and it's a really bad thing, and unfortunately there's a big problem with that Mi 11, and I had to take a phone which I use for a drone as my main phone, so I don't want to be stuck because I had to work. And I used that Mi 11 before. I bought that Mi 11 in October 2020. Then after 5 months I decided that I want to take Mi 11, and that phone went for a drone for 3 months. But after 3 months Mi 11 stopped working, some really bad malfunction, and I've decided that I will take my old phone back as a main, and I'm really happy with that. Really good Mi 10, but I've needed to take some phone as a second phone for only for a drone application, for Hotel Explorer, because it's a main app for hotel drone, DJI Go 4 for a Mavic 1, but I also had a Litchi. I also had Drone Radar Dronik, which is a German government app for maps. I have a Dronik, I have a Drone Assist for UK. I also have DJI Fly for a newer DJI drones, like a Mini 2, Air 2, L2S, and I have DJI Go without that for that's the older version DJI Go for drones before Phantom 4 if I want to borrow some drone. And I have DJI Mimo app to connect this DJI Pocket 2 camera. Great thing. And what I can tell you about that, why I've decided for Realme, I wanted to choose between a second Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite, because it's a really great, and I was thinking maybe a second the same model, which is as you can see really great, and I made a really nice review of a 10T, which has a little bigger screen because it's 6.67 inch and with Realme with 6.5. But I decided that the price was really good. It was only 200 euros for a really nice Realme, and what I've needed. I was looking for some phone with a 5G, because maybe someday I will need to put a SIM card then to that device and use it. So it's a really important thing to have 5G. Next, I was looking for something with IPS LCD, because the Super AMOLED takes too much energy and I wasn't a fan of that. IPS is for me much better. I was looking at something with Android 10 or 11, which is really a big requirement for a drone app. And a second photo, I was looking also for something with NFC, because I don't know, maybe someday I will need to use mobile payment with that. USB Type-C, because you can connect your drone device, the main controller of your drone, with micro USB, USB Type-C, or light and Apple Lighting. I think that USB Type-C is much better than micro, and I have all cables and chargers with USB Type-C, so I didn't want something without that. And the last thing, the fingerprint scanner, really nice if you want to unlock phone, if you want to log to your bank app, to some government app, just put a finger and everything works. So the most important three things was big screen, USB Type-C, NFC, fingerprint, with not such a big price. I bought a Xiaomi Mi 11. It was expensive. I paid almost 600 euros, and it stopped working after 3 months. And I've said no more really expensive phones. It was a waste of money, and I feel really bad inside that I paid 600 euros for nothing. I could travel, do something different, because instead of the 600 I could buy a phone for 200 or 300 and save another 300 euros for something different. It was really harsh situation, and I've decided that I'm really a fan of Xiaomi, that I will try that Realme, and I have that phone for a few days, and it works pretty nice. You can see it's only a few months ago it was released, but I think it's a really great device. You can use that phone as a main phone if you decide for a version with 128 GB. You can also use as a second phone, so it's really great. And now my recommendation are Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite 5G as a main phone, really fast phone, and Realme 8 5G as a second phone or a phone for a drone. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.